Tour junkies.
What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to the 2025 Genesis Invitational from Scotland. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, no. Oh, I went Aussie there. Oh, no. No. God, I can't do it. What about oh, no? Remember when they said oh, no to us a lot?
Oh, no.
Oh, you
I
just
don't.
did it. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. There it is.
Oh,
no.
no. Yeah. That we heard a lot of that when we were
We
playing
heard a
golf.
lot of oh, no. Welcome to the show. We might talk a little more betting this week than last week. We had the John Deere. We had our boy Matt Every on. We talked about, I think we were on about 54 minutes last week. I think 2 minutes of it was betting, but that's what you get sometimes for the John Deere. But this week you got a big event, a lot of big names. Everybody's getting geared up for the Open Championship, and you got golf starting, coffee golf again, which is always fun. I'm excited about it. We're going to get to our favorite outrights, our top 20 season-long bet. Good stuff coming. Of course, Matt Every's going to join us. Presented to you, as always, by our friends at SoBet. Check it out if you've not already. You need to get in there. SoBet's got the hot contest going again this week. And everybody's pissing and moaning about the new gambling laws. It's going to be so hard to win money. Well, now you can just go to SoBet, pay $15 a month, and then you win their prizes, and you don't get the same tax treatment. And you can win $5,000 up to, well, no, you win like $1,000, but $5,000 prize pool. Check it out with SoBet. Just click the link in the description, get you a promo, get you a little discount for the first month. Anybody can do it. Anybody can say, I want to be a handicapper this week. I got some vibes. I got some feels. Get in the contest and do it. Or you can just tail your favorite handicappers on SoBet like you have for the last couple of years, including us. And we were up almost 20 units on the season. Had a heck of a sweat last week. I did hit 4 out of 5 placement bets over there on SoBet, exclusively placed on SoBet. I'm excited about that. That went well. That saved my week, really. So let's talk about what happened this week, Pat. And let's bring in our boy, as always, Matt Every.
Yeah.
Mr. PGA Tour Live, Mr. ESPN Plus, Mr. Convict. Last week, that got some chatter. How we doing? How we doing, Matt?
Convict. That's great. I'm doing great. Happy for Brian
Convict
Campbell.
music. What?
Happy for Brian Campbell.
No, you're not, Matt.
I am.
No.
I'm happy.
Can I just say, I promise you at the start of our coverage on Sunday, I called that. I felt like he was the only winner on that leaderboard. I really did.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That he won this year. What are you talking about? When he gets a sniff, he's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty good when he freaking domed a squirrel house in the tree in Mexico.
Well, obviously, that was very lucky. Yes, it was. But I don't know, man. You see a guy like that up at the top of the board where he's not supposed to be.
I know you did not just a guy like that me with Brian Campbell.
I
Guy
did.
like
a guy
that.
Like Brian Campbell, who might be on the Ryder Cup team. I don't know.
No,
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. One more win, maybe in Minnesota. I don't know. Maybe
He
he's
might.
on the Ryder Cup team.
He's 28th in the standings right now. 28th. He moved
28.
up 18 spots.
Wait, he's only 28th.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
believe that? I looked it up. I did look it up.
His best finish other than his win was a 32nd all year. The guy is dog water. I can't stand him.
Why? Why can't you stand him?
Just because I'm ready to move on from the Brian Campbells. I don't.
No. We need to talk about this.
I want to dive into this.
I do
too. Why is it not okay for Brian Campbell to win? Is it because he hits it short? Is it like you have to be long and sloppy to like win now? Is it bother you that he's like? Is that a thing?
Okay, name another short knocker that's young.
I mean, Morikawa is a short knocker.
I hate that guy, but for a lot of reasons. A lot more. I hate him more than Brian Campbell, believe it or not.
There's another one too. I'm missing. Not many though. There's not many.
There's not.
Mm-mm.
And to me, it's like he's like you're in high school. You're prepubescent. You're pubescent, and now you're post-pubescent. But you got like one problem area, pimple, acne spot that's maybe it's on your back or your lip or your nose or your forehead or right between your eyes or where your neck. That just you never got out of it. You did the Accutane, everything cleared up, everything's changed. You start to look like a young man. You're handsome. Your face is clear. Everything's starting to progress. You're starting to progress. You're like, dang, huh? I might have a little something. I had crater face for all these years, but I got this one thing probably right here that just can't go away. And like the new PGA Tour is studs and bombs and swag and just style. And Brian Campbell has no redeeming value. Even his name is boring as hell. The name is boring. If his name were like, Vin Diesel or whatever, like that would be, you'd be like, oh, okay. Or Blades Brown.
Well, I mean, let's not forget though that Brian Campbell
dresses like a dork. He dresses like a guy.
He's 32 years old. We can't say you said.
Yeah, what do you want
him?
What do you want him to be?
We should be comparing
young.
him to Russell Henley. Who's in the top 10 in the world?
Russell Henley has redeeming value. He has redeeming factors.
Spawn.
I guess
I'm out on him too.
I guess I'm more coming at it from the angle of I almost appreciate these wins more. Like that is, dude, that guy's won twice on the PGA Tour now. Brian Campbell has won twice on the PGA Tour. 600 to 1 this week. I mean, I think you should be on the other end. I think you should be on the complete other end. Like this is insane that this guy is winning. It's not many. Nobody skins a cat this way anymore on the tour. Nobody does. It's usually just bomb and gouge, go figure it out. Dude, Nick Dunlop almost won this week, -6 off the tee. Or didn't almost win, but he had a nice week. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he was +11 on the greens. You'd rather see that than like Brian Campbell just find a way to freaking get it in the hole and win a golf tournament.
This is what's annoying. As short as he hits it, he freaking just queefs on it every time he pulls driver. Every time the head comes off, you get ready. Here comes the queefer. And he loses strokes off the tee every week. A lot of strokes. It's not like it's no. It's not like a Colin Morikawa. I lost a half a stroke off the tee because I hit every fairway, but I just bunted. No, he lost 4 shots off the tee. 4 off the tee at the John Deere. He lost 4.6 at the U.S. Open in 2 rounds. How do you do that? Just you hit it, you bunt the ball. Then you should be dead ass up a Nat's rear end accurate. You should be and he's not. He has no redeeming quality. Quality.
You know what his redeeming quality is he finds a way to get in the winner's circle.
But does he? The guys just fucking roll over.
2 of them.
The guys just roll over. Guys just roll over.
I don't know.
Dude,
I mean,
on a plate for Max Homa yesterday. That was on a plate for Emmy down the stretch. That was on a plate.
I'm talking about the playoff.
I mean, he had a nice iron in there, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, he did.
Like 15 feet?
But I mean, he missed the putt. I know he didn't have to make it, but he made a par. Grillo was just absolutely vomiting all over himself.
Well,
and by the way,
you had Grillo on your card, so
there's Grillo
and a few others.
Yeah, you had a couple of others.
And Lucas Glover, freaking 3 in the top 5. I want some redeeming quality. I need something about him that I can be like, I kind of like that. Like that's cool. And I get the idea that he's zigging when everybody's zagging or whatever. He ain't trying to zig. He's genetically not gonna hit it far. But I get what you're saying in that it's an accomplishment what he's doing, and it is. But why can't we figure out how he's doing it?
You can't. He's going to be an enigma. He's going to be an enigma his whole career. You can't. You just
God. And now we got to have him another 3 years.
You got to hope it doesn't happen when you're on the wrong end of it with him.
3 years. We're good. Minimum 3 years longer that Brian Campbell will just be in whatever freaking field he wants to be in.
You think he gets another win in 3 years?
Wait, they can't go cumulative? Give us 6 years since he's got 2 wins? Why can't they do that?
No, he gets an extra year with 2 wins.
DB, serious question. Do you think he gets another win in 3 years?
No.
I don't know how you can say no. He's got 2 in 3
because
months.
he's fluked into it. He should never have won Mexico. Aldrich parred the par 5 playoff hole after that ding dong.
I was upset that in that one because I had Aldrich on the card, and so were you.
I remember that he hits the tree. Then Grillo, like I said, he's just. I mean, I realize he's put himself up there, but he's only put himself up there twice. And then again, his next best finish was a T32.
2 for 2, though, man.
So other than those 2 times, but those 2 times, those guys laid down, and he was playing in garbage fields. Give me a break. there's no redeeming quality to the guy. There's no chance he's on the Ryder Cup. The only way he makes the Ryder Cup team is if he wins again.
I was kind of fucking with you on that.
There's no way it's happening. And if he did, I mean, we're supposed to
go
go to the Ryder Cup with elite events. I don't know that I could go. Or
Come
if I
on.
did, I'd pull for Europe. I would pull for Europe. If Brian, in fact, I will tell you right now, if he wins, I don't even care. However he makes the team, if Brian Campbell is on the U.S. team, I will go dressed in my blue and yellow regalia European tour. I will be on the Euro. You could follow. I'll follow the Euros around. I will give this.
Can
Brian
you
Campbell
believe
help.
the disdain this guy has for Brian Campbell?
I know. It's just I bet you would like Brian Campbell on your member guest team because that guy will come
like
through
a
and win a
solid
damn
guy.
member guest.
I mean,
He
seems like a solid guy.
Yeah, but look at who I've had on my member guest squad for the last few years. That's
Well, no,
another thing.
I didn't point this back to me. What I'm saying is that I mean he's probably gonna have a +8 handicap and still win you some money. Like
here's the thing. So my almost 15-year-old and I watched Happy Gilmore last night. He said, "Dad, I've never seen it. I want to watch it." I said, "Okay." So we watched. I hadn't watched it in 15 years. Number one, if he makes the Ryder Cup team, I'm gonna be the jackass guy that follows Happy around that Scooter paid to. I'm gonna do that. I might even hit him with a Volkswagen Bug. I might drive a car onto Bethpage and run over him like the guy did to Happy. Number two, he dressed. I said it last night watching the Happy Gilmore thing with it. I was like, oh look, that's Brian Campbell. Lafferty Daniel is Brian Campbell. If you look at him, they look the same. They dress the same. They got the same little bunting swing. Although I think Lafferty probably outdrove him in 1996 with that little burner bubble.
But do you not like the Penguin? You don't like the Penguin stuff?
Well, that's Billy Madison, and that's an amazing movie. Oh, the original Penguin.
That's what Brian.
Sorry, I was in Adam Sandler. Actually, I do like original Penguin.
Yeah, we were on that. We got with those. They were nice to us very early on. Yeah,
early on with TJ. I am an original Penguin guy. And Jake Knapp. That's the other thing. What is original Penguin doing? They have Jake Knapp, don't they?
They had
and Brian Campbell,
Smith, and they lost Cam.
Yeah, but if you got I'm
just
pretty sure that's
If you I see what you're saying. Like if you're original Penguin and you're trying to brand yourself, wouldn't you just throw it on Jake and nobody else?
Yeah, or anyone other than Brian Campbell. You have to get away from Brian Campbell. You have to. What should sponsor Brian Campbell? Dockers if they come back. Ashworth.
No, come on. Ashworth was Freddie Couples. Don't throw Brian Campbell into Freddie Couples.
Cutter and Buck.
I got it.
Cutter and Buck.
Cutter and Buck. I got
Tommy Hilfiger. I would say Tommy Hilfiger.
Now Tommy's coming back, and I do love some Tommy. I might bring. Tommy back
no, I can't do that.
The slowest thing you can think of. The DMV ought to sponsor Brian Campbell. He should be sponsored by the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles. They could put road signs
Social
all over
Security
his shirt.
Administration. Just
or the Social Security.
Yeah. That's probably a better one when you're trying to go with age versus as a Social Security thing. So,
but he's not that. I mean, I get he's not old. He looks old. He
kind of
feels old
for his he's 32 and he's just coming onto the scene. That's sort of old when it comes to the PGA Tour.
I think it's just him, the way he carries himself. It makes him feel old too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Here, one more. I got one more, and then we can get off of this.
Okay.
I saw the tweet. I think our buddy Lord BLT put it up there. He said, let me make sure I get this right. In the last 4 months, Brian Campbell has more wins, and I'm going to remove one of the guys he mentioned, but he has more wins than like Morikawa, Cantlay, Lowry, and Spieth in the last 4 years combined.
Come on.
Okay. So, question. Obviously, that is quite the indictment. I mean, that's an indictment. If those guys were playing in Mexico and at the JDC, do we think that that's still true? Or do we really believe that over the last 4 years, it doesn't matter? Kawa, Cantlay, Lowry, Spieth, they've all kind of been house cats.
Man, I'm like half and half on that. I understand the point. But also you still got to go and win the tournaments, man. And it doesn't always shake out that way. Just because, if Morikawa would have shown up to the last 4 Mexicos, that doesn't mean he's winning one of those just because he's far and away the best player there. It just does not. That's not how this sport works. It's not played on paper. And I do think that there is an art to winning. It's like you just can fucking tell there are some guys that never won on the tour that had plenty of game to win on the tour. And then vice versa, the other way. There are some massive overachievers that have gotten like one win on the tour, and it's like, how did you do this? I'm half and half on that. I could go either way.
Pat, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same. I think, you look at like you're saying, like, I mean, Fleetwood's a good example from a few weeks ago. I mean, he's a guy that has so much unbelievable talent, should have multiple PGA Tour wins. You feel like he could show up at a place like Mexico, whatever. I know Mexico's, a bomber's paradise or whatever, but still, I just think that, he just doesn't have it when it comes to winning a golf tournament. Some people do. And a guy like Brian Campbell did. There's other folks that we see every year that just seem like they can just win. And it just, there's a natural ability to that. I think that I don't know where it comes from or what, but I mean, Matt Every has it. Every has, he's won the golf tournament 2 years, so.
Well, let's not talk about me, but like Nick Dunlap has there you go. Nick Dunlap has it.
Yeah.
He's a guy, same thing. Like these guys that just get sniffs. I mean, it's like, okay, if this guy's up here, we got to start paying attention to him because he likes this moment. Some people don't like that moment.
Kiz, I think Kiz is a good example, and he was a short knocker. I mean, Kiz, if he got a little sniff of the winner's circle, he had that dog in him to be able to do that. Now, he didn't win all of them. He didn't win that Players that he probably could have won. But he did. There was plenty that he did win when he got that. And then when he doesn't have it, he just kind of, I think he lost that, that edge to him, and wasn't there for a week.
What about Chris Kirk? I think that's another one right there.
100%.
Exactly.
Chris has it.
Yeah,
like for sure has it. I mean, the other week I thought he was going to get one in Detroit, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, it's what we've talked about since we started doing the betting stuff. Is like the buzzword around the industry was win equity. Right. Mm-hmm. Remember when everybody said that, Pat, when that was a thing?
I know.
Around?
What is that? So what does that mean? Win equity?
Well, I don't know. Like, but to us, it meant what you're talking about. It means like this guy might have the same odds as this other guy, but you just have this, idea, or this guy has something about him that you feel like has a greater win equity. He has something about him. He's got that dog where you trust him.
This week will be a great example of my pick. Yeah.
So it's like kind of like that. And I get that. And I do think that's a real thing. Although I think some people act like it's not a real thing. I do think it's a real thing. So, I mean, but I have a hard time. I get that Brian Campbell put himself in the situation, but those are the two puniest playoff wins I've ever seen in my life. They were just the limpest, just
the bounce off the bamboo tree was all time. I mean, that was an all-time break.
Yeah. I mean, Grillo hadn't missed a fairway all day yesterday, man.
Yeah.
Not all day. And he had a good lie. It's like, what are we doing? What do you think happened there? Because Davis Thompson had that same shot, two groups or a group in front of him. Or maybe it was was it before, after him? I don't know. But it didn't seem like that hard of a shot, and he just totally airmailed it.
It also feels like in that spot, if you look at the two golf swings, like Emmy's should hold up way more under pressure than Campbell's. Campbell's has got a short, quick swing. I mean, that's like nightmare stuff for under the gun, stuff. Emmy is like one of the purest swingers on the tour, and it totally shakes out different. Campbell hits it down the middle, hits it right at the pin, and then, Griot's leaking oil.
Well, that's enough Brian Campbell talk. But I will say I stand by my stance on the Ryder Cup. And if you want to come see it, our friends at Elite Events and Tickets will make it happen. The Ultimate Ryder Cup Golf and Getaway is happening in New York City. We are going. Me and Pat are going. Matt, do you know if you're going yet?
When is it?
25th to 27th.
25th, 26th. Probably not. I got some big things coming up, boys. Big things.
Ooh, I'm excited. We're excited. Listen, come hang out. We're going to go to a Yankees game on Thursday night. Come to a Yankees game with us. Then we're going to go play 27 holes, Ryder Cup style golf at a Muni there in Manhattan, breakfast and lunch included. And then Saturday night, we're going to go watch the Dogs beat Alabama in Athens. We're going to watch it at a bar in New York. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're going to go to the Ryder Cup Saturday. We're going to go to the Ryder Cup Sunday. All of this is included. We have hotels booked. We have transportation included Friday and Saturday, so we don't have to worry about going to and from the Ryder Cup. We don't have to worry about going to and from the golf and all that stuff. It's going to be awesome. So you're going to want to check it out. Just click the link in the description, and it will get you everything you need. You can fill out the form if you're interested at all in going, even if you can't do all of it and you want to try to, work out a different package price point. Just fill out the form. They're not going to bug you, but they'll try to work with you as best they can and get you with us in New York in September. It's right around the corner, so we need to land on these bookings ASAP. Some of you guys have been winning a lot of money. There's a lot of people in the Discord have been winning a lot of money. We've seen it. We had $6K win. We had a $25K win. We had a $10K win in the last few weeks. You people need to stroke the check to Elite Events and come join us at the Ryder Cup in September. It's going to be awesome. You're never going to forget it. We've been to 2 Ryder Cups, and they're awesome. Unless Brian Campbell is there, it'll be great for the U.S., but we really want you there. So make it happen. Click the link in the description. Thank you to our friends at Elite Events. That brings me to the Genesis Scottish boys.
Yeah.
Are we excited?
Yeah. Morning golf.
Yeah.
I love it.
Look, what are you doing there? What, you got some red wine, DP?
Oh, what? Excuse me. Oh, can you guys see that in the camera? I
Did we flip roles here? Because usually it used to be me with the wine on the show, but wow, little vino there for you.
Boys, I'm maturing. I am maturing in front of your eyes this year. My 42nd year of life, about to be 42.
Are you?
I've decided I'll be 42 in December, but yeah.
December what?
19th.
I beat you by a few days.
Oh, look at you.
All right. So what do we got? What are you drinking?
Well, it's just, I converted to a baseball fan again, and I've eliminated some of my loud shirts. And the other day I was like, I haven't been drinking as much liquor lately. And not that I don't like it, but I'm just thinking about my life, my liver. So, but I tell you what I do like. I love a good beer. I love a good cold beer, and I love the ones with a lot of substance to them. And it gets to you right here. So I was just like, maybe I need to get into like some low sugar wines and just do some sipping wines and try that. So I'm drinking a little Malbec right now.
Nice.
Trying to get into it. We're seeing what I got.
Keep
So
it
drop
classy.
a wine recommendation in the YouTube comments. You a wine guy ever? You are, aren't you?
Love it. Love red wine.
Yeah.
Same.
Not a beer drinker though. Never have been.
Really? Oh,
Yeah. My first job, I was a busboy at the seafood restaurant, and at night I had to take out the trash from the bar, and the smell of like the stale booze just ruined it all.
I know exactly what that's
like. I never even got to taste it, but I smelt it first, and it was like, ugh, like I can't put that down my body, no chance.
Yeah, that's not
which
good.
is good. It was great that happened to me because I got plenty of other plenty other issues. But
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, we know.
All right, we can stop using that now.
Anyway, drop your wine suggestions in the comments, people. Let's talk about the Renaissance Club. Isn't that
Renaissance.
it?
It's not Renaissance. It's Renaissance.
Renaissance.
Do you get to do any stuff this week or next week, Matt?
I did the drop today. That's how I know that it's the Renaissance. I got corrected a few times.
Yeah, boy. Oh yeah.
I'm not doing TV this week though. For there, it's got the week off, which is great because that call time would be early as fuck here.
Yes, that would be tough. We're looking at Bet the Number here on the screen. If you want to check it out, we got the last 3 years. The last 3, only really the best years, I guess. Is this year 4, or is this year 5? This must be year 4. They're in the North Berwick area, but it is not the infamous North Berwick West Links that me and Pat love so much. But you can see kind of what we're looking at here in terms of green and reg, fairway and reg, scrambling percentage, birdies, bogeys, all that good stuff. This is a new little feature that Bet the Number added. You can click the drop down. You get the averages now for each year. So you can pick top 5 winners, top 10, top 20, and then you can just see the average, or you can look at them individually. So, for example, last year, Bobby Mack is your defending champ, by the way. If we looked at winners, Bobby Mack, Rory stole it from Bobby Mack when I had him at 80-1 that year, 2023, 2 years ago. And then Xander won it, I think, the first year. So you can take a look at the green and reg stuff there. We don't have a lot of driver data, but the approach buckets are here. A lot of middle of the bag stuff here at the Renaissance Club. Not a ton of long irons. Obviously, the ball rolls out here, so I don't think it plays super long. It's a par 70, around 7,100 yards, I think. Doesn't play too long, even for the Brian Campbells of the world. Freaking jackass. But I love this golf course, and I tell you what I'm most excited about, guys. Have you looked at the weather?
Is it good or horrendous?
Well, all I see so far is no rain, which, if you get a little rain, that's fine. They're right there aren't they on the Fife of Firth? Fife of Firth, Pat? Isn't that where we were?
Yeah, it's a 5.
It's one of the Fifes.
It's one of the 5s.
I think it's the one of the Firth.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, a little pop-up thing could happen, but the forecast looks really good. It looks dry, which is what you want. You want the fiery links, bouncing balls, all that good stuff, a lot of creativity. And I think when I was looking through some of those bet the number stats earlier, I think around the green play is going to be pretty important. These guys have to scramble out here, and you find yourself in some interesting situations here. So kind of the all-around game, but we have seen bombers do quite well, as typical. So I'm sure Brian Campbell will win back-to-back weeks. I don't even know if he's in the field. Did he get on? I'm sure he is.
Yes, he is in the field. He is in the field.
Okay. Anyway, any other thoughts on the golf course? I love this tournament. It's a great appetizer for the Open.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it's a great tournament. I think it's a good course. Seems like we get an exciting finish every year on this golf course, so that's always good. And that's a good field. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's it'll be a great lead in to what we're gonna get next week.
I know nothing about this course, to be completely honest, and
other than how to pronounce it.
Yes,
you did know that.
We did do a feature on Bobby Mack today, though, and also
love him.
Is he? I love him. Is he a win equity guy?
Yeah, I think he is.
I feel like he is too.
I think he is.
Yeah.
This is also the first year. Yeah, big fan of Big Shot Bob. This is the first year that they're doing the 75 and 75. So it's the top 75 players from the PGA Tour and the top 75 from the DP World Tour.
Can we talk about Bobby Mack for a sec?
Yeah, sure.
Is he not, like, when you look at him, does it look like does it look like he should be a top 20 player in the world?
No. It's like a bag of milk. Looks like a
a bag of milk.
He looks like a defensive coordinator part-time, but he sells cars full-time.
I think that's another, like, it kind of falls in line with the Brian Campbell thing for me with him. Like, that's might be why like the feature we had today with him was awesome. He was describing his last 2 years at the Scottish Open when Rory hit that long iron to like 10 feet behind the hole, made the putt, and then next year he ends up winning. But like hearing him talk through it, it gave me chills, dude. It really did. It was really good stuff. But also at the same time, I'm like, this guy got here because it wasn't genetics. This guy did not get here because of genetics. He got here from fucking just hard work. And I just appreciate that about him. I didn't know if I was the only one.
No, I hear you. And people have been saying that about Pat his whole life.
That's right. They have. Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate it. I mean, I do love Bobby. I think he's great. He has redeeming qualities. He has great qualities, not just on the golf course, but through his personality. Love to cheer for the guy, easy to cheer for. Rory broke my heart when he hit that ball. Broke my heart.
When they went to him on the range and he was like, he hold it. And they're like, yeah. It was like, oh.
Yeah. And it's like his hero is like his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird spot.
Exciting week though with the additional, the depth in the field and the top 75 players from the DP World Tour. So a lot of unknown names. And you get, but there's some variance there. Now I haven't dug fully into a lot of these guys. It is Monday. And by the way, we should preface by saying this week and next week, regardless of what the weather looks like, it can change so quickly out there. It's probably not wise to blow all your units early in the week before you see weather and how it's going to impact the golf course if we're going to have a wave advantage. There's been some, I think, wasn't there a wave advantage here despite the shortened field at one point? I think it was last year or the year before. There was a quote in our Discord from Matt Fitzpatrick about that, I think. So, I mean, the wave advantage can be very real these next couple of weeks. Pay attention to that. Don't be screwed. Don't be drawing dead before it even starts. So just kind of hold on to your units, do some research. Don't fall too in love with your guys just yet. That's my opinion. So I don't know what you guys, Pat, you probably agree with that.
No, yeah, I do. But I'm ready for some picks.
Me too.
Oh, are you ready for some picks? Okay, let's get to the picks. should we do our season-long picks first? I have picks from Tony.
Yeah. Who's
Yeah.
up?
Tony is up first, and Tony won the week. It was a miserable pillow fight of a week.
I think I had 2 missed cuts.
You had 1 miscut. I had 2 miscuts.
Okay.
But Tony won the week with, but he doubled up on Matt at a whopping $174,000. But Matt, you got to get on the horse, buddy. You got to get on the horse. Tony is picking first. He is obviously picking Mr. Scotty Scheffler. So Matt, you're up next. Outright at 35-1 or shorter.
Yeah.
For the people. You going Bobby Mack?
I am not going Bobby Mack. I'm going to go Xander.
Ooh. Matt, you have first pick next week when you got to. This is a good first too. Next
this
week's
is
big.
great.
Yeah. All right, it's me, right?
Yep.
Bad news for Scotty next week, though.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go Rory.
Why is it bad news for Scotty? Just
because I have first pick, and there's no way he's going to that gap for me.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Pat's going Rory. I will go. I'm going to go Bobby Mack. I like you got me all lathered up on Bobby Mack.
Okay, I don't hate it.
All right, and then
we got 150.
Yeah, I guess so. Huh? We're gonna get into.
This could get good this week.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the depths.
The Euros.
Is Brian Campbell down here at the 150?
Probably.
He should be. This is the one I'm always unprepared for. Old Chikara's in the field. He's doing all right. Daniel Brown just won his last start. Didn't he win last week on the Euro Tour?
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Brown.
This field went kind of deep, man.
This is a good field.
It is, but the back half on the tour end is a little. Is it like Max McGreevy's in this field?
Well, I mean,
how do you get in there?
Statistically, probably better than Brian Campbell, to be honest.
He's got 2 wins.
Okay, I am going to go with. I don't know. Who cares? I'm gonna go with Chikara.
God damn it!
Yes. I'm gonna go with a little bit of live, coming off a live, wanting to prove it now. Wishes he would have made the move, not made the move to the live. Now he's up here to show everybody what's up. All right, Pat, you're up.
Oh my goodness, this is difficult. I tell you what. Just because I think it's actually good that we had a guy named Daniel, otherwise known as Dan Brown, and a Brian Campbell win in the same week. I'm going to go with Dan Brown. I'm going to go with Dan Brown.
Dan Brown?
Downtown Dan Brown just won last week. So
wow. Deep. All right. Matt, you're up.
I mean, I just absolutely hate this. But give me Nico Echeverria.
Okay. Nico. All right. And then Tony would like Mr. Christian Bezuidenhout.
What's he going off at?
150, I think. Yeah, 150.
Yeah.
All right. So that's season-long bets. We only have 5-6 more weeks of this. And the person at the dead bottom, dead last money list is going to have to do a stand-up comedy routine, and we gotta see it. You gotta do a good 5 to 10 minutes.
This is through the Tour Championship, right?
This is through the BMW Championship. We don't do the Tour Championship because it's just weird. Although we could this year since it's we said the
BMW. That's fine.
All right, Matt. Who are some other names you're
all right? So I like we talk about win equity.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Ryan Fox this week to win this golf tournament. I might take
I
might take him every way this week I can. And my card might be very small. I'm thinking just honestly just like Xander and Ryan Fox for me this week.
Wow.
Absolutely love Ryan Fox. I'm glad you mentioned him. I mean, I would have liked to have been able to be the first to mention him on the show, but I'm totally with you there on Fox.
Okay.
A peckish card in the future for Matt Every. Who else?
Like Xander, Xander's him and Austin, they call each other the summer soldiers, and summer's running out, so we need some good golf here soon. You said this course kind of wears out the middle part of the bag. Nobody better than Xander. with that.
Yeah.
You know, him going off at 20-1, I like that. Dude, other than that, I just feel like I'm guessing here. I don't know what I'm getting with Morikawa. He's got Billy Foster on the
Okay, I
bag
was just
over
about,
there.
I was just
Like,
about to ask you that. What do you think about Billy and just the Morikawa caddy
I love,
carousel?
I adore Billy Foster. I think he's like, he's awesome, dude. I've been out with him a few times. Like, one time I played with Lee Westwood at Riviera. This is before I ever won. It was like 13, maybe 2013, and I had a good luck on that back nine to win. Like, I was probably like 2 or 3 back with 9 to go, and I was playing with Lee Westwood, and Billy was caddying for him, and like I just flagged it the whole back nine. Didn't make anything, but it was like some sick golf shots I hit. And when we got done, Billy came up to me and said something to me, and it went a long ways for me. You know, it was super cool. This is just a weird partnership, though. Billy is kind of I feel like
Hard
he's
ass?
kind of, a little bit, not
Yeah.
not a hard ass, but he's just, he's been around forever. He's not entertaining. He's not entertaining any crap,
Yeah. He's not taking no guff.
No, he's not taking no Cali soft stuff.
Yeah. Dude. I'm glad you said it.
This is a weird combo for me. Very weird. Watch him win, but like
But also, like, isn't it just like, isn't like the carousel, like he just keeps changing guys, right? Like, isn't that for a guy of his caliber?
How many is he? I mean, I haven't, to be honest, I haven't like.
I thought it was like, isn't this like his third guy this year?
So who was after JJ?
I don't remember. I feel like this is his
Max's guy, right?
Yeah, he had Max's guy.
Yeah, Griner.
We had Griner.
Yeah.
So it was JJ, then Griner. Was there another one in there?
Dude, I don't know, but that's 3.
I mean, when you get rid of one, you got to get another.
Well, I know. I'm saying he broke up with 3. He's broken up with 2.
It might take a while to find one. Think about that. That's like breaking up with a girlfriend and saying, "All right, I'm gonna for 2 years," and then saying, "Okay, the next one I'm gonna date for 2 years automatically." Like, no way. Like, what if it sucks right off the rip? You might need to move on.
Well, yeah, but he went to Joe Griner. Joe's a dime. Great.
I'm not
saying
ass, Joe isn't it.
Great tits.
I'm not saying he's not, but it doesn't mean like Colin's into that.
Yeah, he's probably not. In fact, I don't think he is. I think he's faking it. Do we think? So I kind of think that Fleetwood could make,
where are you going to
make some noise.
Oh, come on. You can't do this.
How messed up would it be? How messed up would it be if he wins this event? It's like a co-sanctioned tour event, but it's not in the States.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I agree, though. Hilarious. I think he can make some noise this week.
And I like that it's a little firm. I like that we're good. We could get a real links test here, because I do think he's proven himself over on the DP World Tour side of things. He's proven he loves the links test, and that's what I was about to get to, the co-sanction event, and then that means he's not winning next week. So like, it's just another. I just think it seems nice. I don't love the 22-1 number, because Tommy would be a guy who doesn't feel like he has a lot of win equity, but if I'm just looking at names up top, I think could do something. I think Tommy's one of them, but I do love Bobby Mack. He's really the first one at 30-1 that gets me going.
What do we do? What do we do with Ludwig? Because, and the reason I ask about him is because I know that, the stat folks and, everybody that's looking at it doesn't see very good play lately. I mean, he's shown a little bit, but this is probably the longest number we've seen on Ludwig in a while. Is it juicy enough to take it? Or is it one where we're just still so unsure that we can't take Ludwig at 30-1? As talented as he is, as far as he hits it, all that kind of stuff. Played well here last year with the T4. Didn't he have a chance to win this golf tournament last year?
Yeah.
I feel like he had I know that I see the T4, but I mean, I don't really, I feel like at one point he was leading. So I'm curious, is Ludwig, is the 30-1 number good enough to take right now?
Yeah, probably is. I don't know that I like it. I'd like to see him doing a little better around the green than he's doing. Like I mentioned, talking about the golf course, I just think scrambling this week is going to be more important than it has been, especially again given the weather.
Mm-hmm.
And his scrambling has been not good. So
Do you
and
think
he just has,
scrambling's different over here though compared to the
yeah,
States? Like there's
it's got to be.
nothing, there's nothing. Yeah, it's night and day different, I would say. I wonder if it helps him.
Maybe. I just think there's going to be more opportunities that he's going to have to do. He's going to have to do. He's going to have to take advantage of, I guess, or
Okay, like
face.
where's his weakness right now? Is it irons and around the greens, Ludwig?
Well, it's around the greens, and the irons have definitely been starting to look back to where we were used to them looking. I mean, if you look at a lot of his year,
So around the greens, don't you think like over here you can kind of run from that a little bit with the putter?
Yeah.
Well, putter's not been great either.
No, but putter around the greens is
Yeah.
it like it's a bit of a band-aid over here. It can be at least.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I don't hate that. I mean, 30-1.
30-1 is a big number on him.
He won the first Genesis this year.
Recharged. I think he's been over in Sweden a couple weeks hanging with the fam. I could get on 30-1 with him.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not mad at it. I mean, I might come around by the time
that's a pretty heavy number for him.
And I think
I like him at 30-1 over 22-1 Tommy to win.
Yeah, you're probably right there. Yeah. You're probably right there.
I also think, just saying, because we've seen a steady improvement from him the last 3 tournaments that he's played, with a 38 at the U.S. Open, T17 at the Travelers, T8 at the Rocket. Matty Fitzpatrick.
Wow.
I think, I don't know, 40-1. He's starting to look better. 50. And he was injured. I think he's been going through some injury, but he's back, feeling healthy. Took him a while.
Well, he got his adult braces off, and all he could think about was licking his teeth for a couple months.
Well, that's true. But I mean, his last 5. I mean, the PGA.
And he got married, didn't he? Didn't he get married?
I think he did.
She's not like Fitzpatrick is killing it.
Now she's not amazing, but she's pretty strong, especially compared to him. So if he got married to her, he probably was also like, yeah, I need to kind of think about things for a minute.
I would love to see him start playing good golf again.
Yeah,
I think he is playing good golf again. I mean, look, it's the truest this year, right before the PGA: T23, T8, T31, T38, T17, T8. Like he's really improved, and it's kind of been, and it has been a little bit all over with his game. Now, the last 2 tournaments, he's been really good, other than his putting. The putter turns around, which he did putt unbelievably well at the U.S. Open. He gained over 10 strokes, but everything else was bad. But the last 2 tournaments, everything was good except for the putter. So you kind of you get those all aligned. I think he could win. I think he could.
Let me throw a name at you. Matt, do you need to go, by the way?
No, I'm looking at bet the number. I'm looking at other guys.
Let me throw a name at you. What about Harry Hall at 60-1? Playing really nice right now.
Yeah,
short game's good. Approach plays really good. He's losing strokes off the tee, but it's not like crazy. It's not Brian Campbell strokes lost off the tee. It's field average or slightly below. T60 here last year, not great, but whatever. I think Harry Hall at 60 is very enticing. One thing I was going to say too is, because we're going to start to get into these DP guys. This is this week and next week, and maybe next week it's actually a little different. But for whatever reason, in the first 3 years of the Renaissance Club, very few DP World Tour full-timers have played well. Very few. Go back and look at the leaderboards. Go back and look at the top 25.
Why do you think finishers. That is?
I don't know, but I'm just stating the facts. But if you look at the top 25 finishers, now, granted, there's been less DP World Tour full-time players in the field as they've been limited. Obviously, this year, half of it's the field, so larger group. But it's a week, this week and next week, where everybody's wanting to be real cute, and throw out a name, Verjagus Wusenhausen, and you're like, who is that? And it's like a 14-year-old kid that was born in the Fife of Firth, and his great-great-great-grandfather was. Everybody wants to be real cool and catchy with some random-ass name you've never heard of. But for the most part, look at the leaderboards. It's not turned out well. So as we start to get into that range, I'm just saying, pay attention.
I got a name at 80-1. That's one of those names.
Let me guess. At 80?
Yeah. I mean, it's the only one at 80.
Well, Nearguard's a stud, and he's been playing.
Okay, well that's it. That's who it is.
Yeah, I mean he's I would say he's
He's a
not,
top 20 bet this week for me.
he's a stud.
Yeah, he's going to be a top 20 bet for me.
I'm with you.
Rasmus this week.
I would agree there.
And
And
he's
I
my
think-
preferred Rasmus.
Mine too. My preferred Rasmus as well. Also my favorite name in pro golf to say Rasmus.
That's a great golf name.
It's
Like-
just great. It's a great sports name, really.
If it were Rasmus Campbell, I'd be like, oh,
Ooh,
all right.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe he needs to change his name to Rasmus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't mind that at all. What about well, no, I don't want to say that. That's embarrassing. Oh dear. You know, if you're going the course history angle, Wyndham Clark's done quite well here, but he's in that Ryan Fox range, which I definitely prefer. Foxy.
No history over here, but what about like Bud Colley for a top 20 and 3-1?
I mean, I'm never going to turn away a Bud Colley.
No, I
3-1
can't.
top
I
20
can't
play.
do that.
It's in our show bylaws. Honestly, we have
Is
to
it?
do that. Yeah.
If you're going to do that, though, what about Victor Perez over there at 110 to 1?
He was the one placement bet I missed last week. I gave out 5 on SoBet, and he was the one that screwed me. And he's my boy. He knows I love him, and he did that. He missed the cut actually last week. Terrible, but I'm sure he could. I'm sure he'll bounce back. Although I don't know. Where is he? What's he at?
He's at
110.
110.
Oh, we're getting deep. Y'all are moving faster than I am. Now, the one DP World Tour guy that if you've been listening to us long enough, you know that I love. I talk about him at any chance, and I have for years because he's been a staple.
Hold
Pat,
on.
do you know who it is?
Yeah, Lee Ho-Tong.
No.
Haotong Lee?
No, I do
No.
love him, but no.
No, the European Tour. Where is he? Is he in this range, or am I going back a little
He's
bit?
in this range.
What range? 110 range?
Oh, I know who you're going to. You're going to mention Jordan Smith.
I love Jordan Smith, dude.
Jordan
I freaking
Smith.
love that guy.
You know who else loves him is Wayne, you know the commentator Wayne Riley. He works for Sky Sports. His name is Radar is his nickname. He's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I've heard of
dude.
Radar. Yeah.
Like he did a bit on the range the other day. He had a massage gun and he was like doing it on his neck and it's like live on cam and he goes, I'll tell you what, if this thing could cook and clean, I'd marry it. It was freaking hilarious. But anyways, he has told me watch out for that guy. He's like, this guy is sick. He does, I guess he covers a lot of European Tour with Sky.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
is.
This guy he's it.
Dude, he's the man.
Jordan Smith, is that who you said?
Yeah, I love Jordan.
Yeah.
He
What's
gets
he going off
talked
at?
110 1.
But he's not he's hold on. Like, I mean, listen, as a Jordan Smith truther, he's never been, I've never won any money betting him outright, but placement bets,
Okay.
100, like top 20 plus 320, give it to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Boy, if Ryan Gerard could putt, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? He's doing a lot of things well. A lot of things really well. Is this a Jake Knapp situation, maybe?
Dude, I had him quite a bit last week, and his wedges were, I mean,
Not good.
not good.
Yeah.
He drove it. So I mean, the places he drove it and some of the shots he hit were shockingly bad with the wedges. Yeah.
You know who's kind of come around this year if we in this longer range is Mateo Manacera.
Yeah. He's been
Now
all
you
right.
talk about scrambling. This dude, he's a
Scrambling
scrambler.
fool.
He is.
He gained almost 9 strokes on approach here last year. That's crazy.
Wow.
I think he's probably a top 20 play, but
Well, in that range, we already mentioned Shakara at 150 to 1, and 4 to 1, top 20.
is he not on the live? Is he not on live
No.
anymore?
No, he's full-time DP.
First one back, right?
Yeah, first one back,
Or
basically,
first tour event back. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's what they're saying. First sanctioned tour event back.
What did he? Well, that's a whole nother conversation. I didn't know what he had to do.
And
to
he
get
was
this.
the one. He was the one that. Well, his contract ran out or something. They didn't renew him. And
'Cause we
didn't he?
saw him last year in Nashville playing in that live tournament. So
Yeah. Didn't he?
I I think his
In, like-
contract ran out, and then he never had status with the tour, so it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's not like he
Right.
gave up anything.
Yeah.
Right. But I think he kind of took the flamethrower to live on the way out too. I remember that
He did.
he did an interview where it was kind of like, whoa, all right, here we go. And then
Well, he was part of the Fireballs.
he was, yeah, he's got fire in his blood.
Yeah.
So but yeah, he's working his way out through the DP World Tour. Any other big bombs?
I mean, Matt did kind of mention Hao Tong Lee, and he has been playing well. So
Has he?
I think he's been playing well.
Ewan Ferguson, the Scotsman. I always love Ewan. Isn't this the course? It's his home course, Renaissance, North Barrett.
Is it really?
I think that's true of Ferguson. I could be wrong. There's one other guy. There's another Scottish guy, but I think it's Ferguson. I'll figure that out. All things we got to figure out before.
Yeah, we need to figure out if Hao Tong Lee is actually playing well.
Oh, you just said that? You just threw that out there?
No, I thought I saw him in the stats, but I mean, he did, finish fourth. He finished fourth at Sudal back on May 24th.
Patrick Rogers is in this field? I'm sorry.
Patrick
Did y'all know that?
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah.
He's in every field.
I just said
what field is he not in?
I just told you Max McGreevy was in the field. I mean,
yeah, but Rogers has been
in the field.
Completely MIA this year.
Really?
Yeah, and he's normally kind of a head mule, if you will.
We talked this week about Stanford golfers on the tour and how you don't see anyone in college get a bunch of wins in the SEC like that. Like, you don't see 10 guys pile up 11 wins in the SEC. That only happens at Stanford. And I'm just wondering what kind of schedules they were playing out there, because it's, Mav just got his first win of a couple years ago. Patrick's still looking for his first. I don't know. Maybe something to do with those Pac-12 schedules.
Beating up on Pepperdine or whatever Sahith Theegala was playing at.
Win equity.
Okay, Brian Campbell. Do y'all know his odds?
Come on, is he playing this week?
Yes. Do you know his odds?
180 to 1.
200 to 1.
He's 250 to 1.
Come on.
That's insane.
The disrespect.
He went on the PGA Tour 24 hours ago.
Zero respect. He was probably 250. He was 250 to 1 last week.
75 of these players are not even PGA Tour players. That's an indictment. The books know. The books know this guy is a complete flash in the pan, and we are going to be subjected to his ass.
Was he really 600 to 1 or was he 400 or 600 to 1 last week?
I think it depends. 400, I think.
Yeah,
so
I think
safe.
you got so many different numbers. I mean,
either way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's names in here that are freaking. There's some long. These would just be fun. It'd just be fun to put a card together with some of these 1,000 to 1. Remember Dylan Fratelli?
Yeah,
1,000 to 1.
Look at some of these
Guido
guys.
Migliozzi, didn't he win last year on the DP? Didn't Guido win last year?
What happened to Dylan Fratelli? Didn't he win the deer? He won the deer.
It was
once.
weird. Yeah, he won the deer.
Yeah,
he was very strange. He was banging that golf influencer girl on Instagram that had a moment there for a bit. Remember, Pat? Remember we found out about that? Dylan Fratelli.
Yeah, he was.
Her name's coming to me. I'm just gonna out it.
I love that you guys just air this on here.
Yeah, we're past the statute of limitations now. And this was rumor. We don't even know this to be true.
No, because I actually saw her. You remember I saw her at during the Masters, and she was with the guy Bob Minery.
Yes, Katie Kearney.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. I think that's right. Yeah,
she got on that Bob Minery train to try to get some clout.
Yeah,
but Fratelli apparently, who knows? That's
some of these guys could be Formula One drivers, and I would.
Yeah, I've looked at some of those names.
Oh, dude, Yuto Katsuragawa is a Formula One driver. Oh, dude, there's a guy
Dale Whitnell. Dale Whitnell was on. He was on a NASCAR race last week.
Hell yeah, praise Dale. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What about Ugo Kusaud? Ugo. His name is UGO.
What about Marco Pinge, the guy that bombs it?
Oh yeah, he does move it, doesn't he?
You know what I'm talking about?
He's been on the
Elvis-
DP World Tours.
He was at the PGA this year.
The DP World Tour loves him on their social media channel.
Really?
Where's he at?
I think he was like 150 maybe. I don't know. No
Maybe-
card segment today. Next week.
How much time we got? No, we can't do it next week.
I didn't bring one. Oh yeah, open next week. That's right.
Yeah. We'll have to do it on the
We'll do it the
Barbasol.
week
Next-
in Minnesota. Barbasol
next
this
week.
week.
Oh, this week's
Next week we gotta we really gotta next week we really gotta be prepared.
Yeah.
We haven't been prepared in a couple weeks. But the cards have been good. I had a hell of a sweat on Sunday.
Actually, I'm not going to be here next week, guys. I'm being the Keys.
What? For the Open?
I know.
You're gonna miss a major? What the hell? Who would miss a major?
I can. You know what? I could totally call in down there. I can. I mean, I'll take a break for 30 minutes.
I mean, plus, and we'll make sure it's not even 30 minutes. We'll get you in and out. But plus, it is your first pick, which I mean, obviously,
You're right.
it's
I'm
Scotty,
not.
but-
You're right. I will check in from the Chica Lodge down there. We'll be dialed in.
Oh, got a friend at the
All right,
Chica
the
Lodge
Chica-
right now. That makes me.
Really?
I need to go. Yeah, just got a picture from it today.
Nice.
He said they don't make the drinks as strong as they do here at the landings. They don't
Well,
make the landing floor.
that's a good thing because the
Yeah,
landings.
that is good. Yeah.
You'll end up. Yeah, I don't. Matt, you're gonna have randos at the.
I'm not
Chica
coming. I'm not coming.
looking for you.
I'm not coming on the show next week if you put that on again.
Yeah, you have to promise you're not going to put that up on the show.
God damn it. I hope you get a mugshot one day.
Dang, Matt.
And then we'll give
Dang.
Matt the button where he can put that up.
That's hurtful. All right. Good stuff. Love you, boys. Great show. Everybody have a great week. Bend over your bookies. See ya.
See ya.
Out. Tour Junkies featuring David Barnett is not an affiliate of CWM LLC. Opinions expressed by the host or guests do not reflect those of CWM LLC. CWM LLC does not endorse gambling or the entities promoted by the Tour Junkies podcast. David is a non-registered representative of CWM LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.